What was the New Deal? The New Deal had many programs. This included public work projects, financial reforms, and regulations. The New Deal was administered by Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1933. The New Deal was formed to help the poor and unemployed recover from the Great Depression and to make sure that the Great Depression never happened again. What were the successes of the New Deal? The New Deal had many accomplishments. It allowed for the unemployed to get jobs and save capitalism. The New Deal also made it so repaying loans would be a lot easier. On top of all this, it gave many Americans back their sense of hope.
Why did the New Deal succeed? The New Deal restored a sense of security as it put people back to work. It created the framework for a regulatory state that protects the interests of all Americans, rich and poor, and thereby helps the business system work in more productive ways. The New Deal helped improve the lives of people suffering from the events of the Depression. In the long run, the New Deal program set a precedent for the federal government to play a key role in the economic and social affairs of the nation. What were the failures of the New Deal? The American people were generally extremely dissatisfied with the crumbling economy, mass unemployment, declining wages and profits, and especially Herbert Hoover's policies such as the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act and the Revenue Act of 1932. Sadly, African Americans and minorities were helped the least by the New Deal. Sharecroppers, a common occupation of African Americans, were no longer needed and lost their jobs and homes. Even alphabet soup jobs, federal agencies to carry out new policies and regulations discriminated against minorities. African Americans were often the last hired and first fired.
What were the problems with the New Deal leading to its failures? The problems that occurred was the failed central planning and the contradiction policies like economic security policies and poverty policies. They also did not fix the conflict between market regulation policies and market intervention. The government policies were not fully successful. America hasn't provided virtually all its citizens with economic security or an equal opportunity. It also failed to create a market that is effective for both productivity and wealth. Because of these problems not being fixed throughout the New Deal, it explains why employment never dropped below 14% until 1941, which is why the New Deal led to failures. How did the New Deal improve people's lives? Although the New Deal was not successful in ending the Great Depression, it was responsible for some accomplishments for the short term. There were new federal agencies attempting to control agricultural production, stabilize wages and prices, and create a vast variety of working programs for the unemployed. It brought security for people's work and brought a state of protection for the rich and poor.
Who supported the New Deal? The people that supported the New Deal consisted of farmers, factory workers, immigrants, city folk, women, African Americans, liberal white Southerners, religious minorities, and progressive intellectuals. The majority of the Democratic Party also supported the New Deal. These people were also known as the Coalition. The Coalition dominated American politics during and after President Roosevelt's presidency. It was named after President Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal programs, and as well as the follow-up Democratic presidents. It consisted of voting blocs who also supported them. Who was against the New Deal? The majority of the Republican Party was against the New Deal. A powerful senator from Ohio denounced that the New Deal was considered socialism, and that it harmed America's business interests and also gave even greater control to the central government in Washington. Taft was the leader of the Republican Party conservative wing. The American Liberty League was soon formed. It was an American political organization founded in 1934. This organization consisted of wealthy business elites, prominent political figures, and conservative Democrats. They all opposed the New Deal of Franklin D. Roosevelt.
What were the New Deal recovery programs? The New Deal recovery programs included bank reform, public works projects, and tax relief efforts. The programs also expanded the powers of the presidency. Roosevelt's recovery programs focused on stabilizing the economy by creating long-term employment opportunities, decreasing agricultural supply to drive prices up, and helping homeowners pay mortgages and stay in their homes, which also kept banks solvent. Some of these recovery programs include the NRA, National Industry Recovery Program, and the NRA, National Recovery Administration. The NRA and the NIRA was an essential element in the National Industrial Recovery Act of June 1933, which authorized the President to institute industry-wide codes intended to eliminate unfair trade practices, reduce unemployment, establish minimum wages and maximum hours, and guarantee the right of labor to bargain collectively. Who did the New Deal help? President Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal aimed at promoting economic recovery by putting Americans back to work through federal activism. New federal agencies attempted to control agricultural production, stabilize wages and prices, and create a vast public works program for the unemployed. The programs focused on what historians refer to as the 3 R's: relief for the unemployed and for the poor, recovery of the economy back to normal levels, and reform of the financial system to prevent a repeat depression.